Well, these are chilling revelations which have been made by victims at the UNHRC, but they are not the only ones. Women in Kashmir, victims of rape, have also spoken up. We'll play out their testimonies also in just a bit. But how do you stand to defend even this? Ahmad Ayaz, lawyer, political activist Majid Hydari, Sushil Pandit activist, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. How do you defend this, Mr. Ahmad Ayaz? Finally, after all these years, people are speaking up in the UN and saying these people, Pakistan and the terrorists, are responsible. Why do they need to speak up now? You should have spoken up years ago.
You see, anybody approaching the UN or any other human rights organization to see that to seek justice or raise their voice against the violations done, there's nothing wrong. Everybody has a right to do it, and we welcome it. And you know it that the Kashmir being a conflict zone, and in the process, under the many things have happened. The misuses have been done. And we remember there had been a mass raping of women at Kununposhpora.
And sir, every time that has happened, action has been taken. But how many times, give me just one example of an activist like you or a lawyer like Majid Hydari or a journalist like him has stood up and said, you know what, young Kashmiri women are being victimized by terrorists. The same terrorists who are hailed as some kind of Ghazi and Shaheed and whose funeral procession is being lionized. Did you ever stand up and say that these terrorists are not any Ghazis, they are rapists?
No, well, see, so far as standing against the militancy I don't think that situation has come in Kashmir that where people can come and stand against the gun knowingly that they will be gunned down before they talk about.
Sir, it is not about standing up against the gun.
And if somebody has a conception, he should.
Your own family members were being picked up. If you listen to some of these testimonies, it is shocking of a lady and a little child being raped, 9-year-old girls being picked up. And what are the families told? Oh, you're doing it for the larger cause.
As I told you, Padmaja,
a 9-year-old girl is made the wife of a militant because it's the larger cause. What is the cause? Why didn't you guys speak about it all these years?
As I told you, Padmaja, the situation is not that conducive in Kashmir that people can come and stand against the gun. I don't think anybody will.
But it is very conducive for you to stand up and speak against the armed forces who are the rapists and murderers, according to you. So here is the irony, Sushil Pandit, that the Indian army all these years and the Indian state was supposed to be the oppressor, but everyone had the condition to speak up against them. Nobody could speak up against these well-meaning Ghazis and Shaheeds.
Yes. I must share personal experiences here, Padmaja. People who were unwittingly killed, innocents who were killed sometimes deliberately, out of anger, out of pique, out of sheer madness. The cover-ups happened because this would bring a bad name to Tehreek. The entire movement will get besmirched, will lose reputation in the name of keeping the reputation intact of jihad. Lot of such crimes were covered. When their own women, their own daughters, their own sisters were raped, were brutalized, were regularly victimized, sexually abused. All this was covered in the name of keeping the good name of jihad intact. You must know 6-7 years back, there was a madrasa in Badgam run by a Maulvi called Gulzar. This was a madrasa only for women. And he routinely sexually exploited teenage girls under his watch. There was no upsurge, there was no uproar, there was no outrage. Because you need to keep the good name of society, jihad, and people like Maulvis, the institutions of madrasas, that reputation had to be safeguarded. So all these heinous crimes had to be covered.
Good name of jihad.
That has been the mindset in Kashmir.
People must not be protected. The good name of jihad must be protected. Majid Hydari.
No.
Well, Padmaja Saiba, firstly, happy Dussehra, and I hope and pray that the Ravan of communal disharmony in the country is gutted to cinder, and so that Muslims and Hindus revive the tradition of playing Garba together. Now coming to this, see today only one civilian has been shot dead by security forces in Kashmir. And then coming to this UNHRC point, see our policy as Indian state has been that we won't allow any foreign intervention or interference with regard to Kashmir because Kashmir is internal matter of India. Now, when we ourselves take this issue to the international community, we are actually internationalizing Kashmir for the sake of it, because BJP is showing its immaturity on how the policy on Kashmir has been.
So you're saying that these women should just shut up again? For all these years, you had shut them up. They should continue to shut up.
Kashmir.
Did you have the same problem, sir, when time and again activists, so-called activists, and all your fact-finding missions used to go and have conferences all across the world talking about atrocities in Kashmir? Did you have a problem with internationalizing the issue at that time, Majid Hydari?
Then our Indian state has held that tradition that Kashmir is India's internal issue and we won't.
Oh, now you remember. Now you remember the internal issue of Kashmir.
So
how lovely. All these years when you go and participate in conferences by all and sundry and the Ghulam Nabi Fais of the world, then you didn't remember. Ghulam Nabi Fai kaun se koi bade internal matter hai hamare? उनकी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में कौन जा रहा था?
It's poorest of the poor maturity on the part of BJP government that they have internationalized.
Sanju Verma, why are you internationalizing an internal issue?
Okay, let me be very clear.
Happy Dussehra, Sanju Verma Sahiba, happy Dussehra.
Thank you, and I hope that it's not just lip service from your end, here today and gone tomorrow. Sorry for being cynical, but truth needs to be told. Padmaja, let's be very honest, that, when Rifleman Aurangzeb was killed in 2018, when Special Police Officer Fayaz Ahmed Bhatt was killed in trial along with his family in 2021, unequivocally, many sane Indians, including people from the BJP, who are called majoritarian by every Tom, Dick and Harry, we condemned, despite the fact that they belong to a certain religion. But the fact is, when ML Bindru was killed, when that poor Golgappa seller Virendra Paswan was hacked to death, when Arvind Saha, a poor hawker, was hacked to death, when Deepak Chand and Supinder Kaur were profiled for being Hindus and then shot dead by hardline Muslim radicalized terrorists, I did not see unequivocal condemnation from Majid Hydari and his ilk. And that is where the problem lies, that you play the good cop, bad cop. In television studios, you come and say, sab kuch acha hai. But on the ground, you lend legitimacy to terror apologists and terrorists by never unequivocally condemning that jihad is the root cause of what we continue to see in Kashmir, albeit after abrogation of Article 370, stone pelting incidents are down by 91% and other incidents are down by 67%.
It is not just about condemning what is happening right now. What is even more horrifying, that an entire narrative was spun for years and years together for what came to be known as a conflict industry in Kashmir, which wanted to present one picture of Kashmir, of India in front of the whole world. And in trying to present their picture, they silenced the people, their own people, who were being victimized by those who they hailed as their jihadis, their holy warriors. Think about that. If something has changed after 370 going, is that these voices of real people, real Kashmiris, are now in front of the whole world. Let's hope more such voices keep coming out. Thanks very much, all gentlemen and Sanju Verma, for joining me.